Second edition of Quotes, Quibble and Question, your weekly leadership development fix from me, Matt the Coaching Guy. I have to be honest, when I started to write about this morning, I had tears of gratitude because things could quite easily have been very different. So this week we're going to focus on when the colour fades. There was a time in life that felt so dull, as if the world had lost its colour. I would catch my reflection and struggle to recognise the person looking back. It wasn't about appearance, I simply felt nothing, numb and disconnected from myself. At first I thought it was just a phase, there's something temporary, but over time this numbness became normal. It wasn't a big bang, it was a slow erosion, small pressures stacking up, grief left unresolved and responsibilities piling high until they felt impossible to carry. Losing my father in 2013 left a hole I never fully addressed. For years I carried the relentless need to prove myself to him, even long after he had gone. At the same time, my career was thriving on paper. I was running a major retail telecoms business in London, pushing through endless targets and expectations. But inside I felt isolated, unsupported and constantly anxious. Even my boss's name flashing up on my phone filled me with dread. On top of that, I was building a property business, navigating an increasingly difficult industry, while also trying to hold together a strained relationship and stepping into fatherhood before I was even truly ready. At home, I was also carrying the chief supporter role. After my dad passed, I was supporting my mum, my brothers and my sister, feeling less like the middle child and more like the man who had to hold everything together. But beneath the surface, I was crumbling. I ate too much, I drank too much. I was addicted to certain things, gambling, drugs at one point, and began to withdraw from everyone and everything. The overthinking, the sobbing behind closed doors, the feeling of being stretched in every direction, it pushed me through self-destruction. By October 2017, the thought of escape, of ending the pain and pressure, was no longer just a thought. Even with the arrival of my son, my beautiful boy, I felt torn between the joy of his presence and the bearing weight of responsibility. It was him, the thought of the life that I needed to build for him, that pulled me back from the edge. On the Monday after that weekend, I finally reached out. I sent my boss a text explaining I wasn't okay. When she called back, in that moment I heard her voice. I broke down. Her words were simple. Take some time out, look after yourself. But instead of feeling relief, I remember feeling ashamed, like I'd just confirmed her doubts about me, that I wasn't good enough. None of us know what is happening to those around us until we care enough to ask. Spending time being present, questioning a change in behaviour with concern, not criticism. Being a leader brings about its responsibilities with both delivery and people. Being able to understand yourself better supports your own needs whilst also balancing the demands of your team. So let's explore the areas today that help me, and in turn it might be the catalyst that helps the change for you. So your quotes for this week are: to speak up about your struggles does not make you weak, it makes you human. Prince Harry. I find that with depression, one of the most important things that you can realise is that you're not alone. You're not the first to go through it, and you won't be the last to go through it. And that's Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. It's okay not to be okay. I had to learn that the hard way. Once I did, life got better. Michael Phelps. Everyone you meet is fighting a battle you know nothing about. Be kind always. And that's Robin Williams. So your quotes leading to your quibbles this time round. Your quibbles are many, actually, in terms of this leadership journey. As I relived my own journey, I can see how the struggles weren't just about one event or one pressure. They were a culmination of relentless conflicts. These quibbles, though often unspoken, shape how many leaders experience life and work. Men, especially in leadership, are conditioned to equate vulnerability with weakness. We put on our armour, and when we're breaking inside, the fear is simple but powerful. If I admit I'm struggling, they will think I'm not good enough. On paper, I was doing well. In reality, I was hollow. This is a dissonance leaders often feel. I've achieved a milestone, but why do I feel worse, not better? Carrying others, colleagues, partners, children, family, whilst having no space to carry ourselves. Who looks after me while I look after everybody else? Leaders can be profoundly lonely. Without a support system, the voice inside shouts, "How can I lead others when I can barely hold myself together?" These quibbles don't announce themselves with fanfare. They creep in slowly, compounding over time until the weight feels unbearable. So what can you do? And here's some practical tips from me that helped me along my journey and in turn might help you too. Start by being honest with yourself. Notice the dullness, the disconnection, the overthinking. These are signals, not signs of failure. Speak to others. Tell them this is how you feel. That's the first act of self-leadership. Whether it's a friend, a coach, a therapist, create a space where you can show up without the mask. You don't need to have the answers. Just voicing what's inside lifts part of the weight. Strength isn't holding everything in. Strength is asking for the help that you need. It's about setting boundaries, saying no when things drain you, and saying yes when things really matter. Instead of measuring yourself by outputs, title, businesses, numbers, also measure your inputs, energy, relationships, your peace of mind. The internal scorecard matters just as much as the external. Take action in the moment. Don't let things build up. Make a decision that's best with your intent, because you never really know. Remember the parable, good news, bad news, who knows? Meditation daily helps you focus your mind, train your brain to let things flow in and flow out. These things are there for a holiday. They shouldn't be taking up residency. By using breathing techniques, short walks, writing down 3 things that you're grateful for, these are all small acts that build resilience and remind you that you are more than the sum of your responsibilities. So your question for this week is, what's the cost to you for looking strong on the outside whilst quietly falling apart on the inside? Thanks for listening to this week's newsletter. If you have any other subject matter that you'd like me to talk about, then drop me an email at matt@thecoachingguide.co.uk. If you are considering coaching and want to reframe your past and build a new foundation for your future, drop me a message and let's have a conversation. Have a great week. Speak to you soon. Bye for now.